We're joined now by the Shadow Leader at the House of Commons, Lucy Powell. Good to have you on the show. What's your verdict on the speech?
Well, it's a very thin King's speech. I think that's most of what your commentators have been saying today. I mean, this is Rishi Sunak's first King's speech, probably his only King's speech. It's his one chance to really change this country and change the laws of the country. And what we've been presented with today is very, very thin, tinkering at the edges, things that don't even need legislating for anyway, or things that are just political stunts. So I think it's kind of pretty pathetic, really, and it's a symptom that this government has now given up on governing altogether.
At the same time, you know, some of the proposals announced today, you would imagine would poll pretty well. You know, banning smoking for future generations, longer prison sentences for serious sexual offences. What in the King's speech today do you actually disagree with?
Well, we disagree with their plans for North Sea gas and oil, because that's not going to do anything for bills.
So you'd have no new oil and gas licences?
We've said we'd have no new gas licences. They don't even need this bill to do that anyway. We have regular licensing rounds already, so even under its own terms, they don't even need to do this bill. But as the Energy Secretary said yesterday, it won't take a penny off people's bills. So what are they doing it for? It won't give us energy security either. The only way we will get energy security and that we will lower people's bills is by going further and faster on renewables, and that's what Labour would be doing right now.
So there's a difference in opinion on oil and gas licences. Is there anything else you disagree with, or do you think that, you know, most of it you just do the sort of similar stuff?
Well, we wouldn't do similar stuff. You know, we're fizzing with plans about how we're going to deal with the cost of living.
What's the biggest difference in policy then? Well,
we've got a whole agenda of what we would be doing right now, which is coherent as well, dealing with the cost of living.
How would you do that then?
Windfall tax, bringing in energy security.
Windfall taxes as well,
They haven't. It's not a real proper windfall tax. We'd be taking action to bring down waiting lists, bringing tax changes on non-dom status to get more doctors and nurses. We would be changing the VAT rules on private schools to get more teachers into schools. We've got a whole other agenda on crime and dealing with violence against women and girls. We would be taking on the water bosses to stop them polluting our rivers. We'd be bringing in bus reform and a rail reform bill. There's a whole load of other things that we would be doing now that would actually, I think, really address the challenges that this country is facing. And what we've seen today is a hodgepodge of really small, very small fry measures, things, some of which are uncontroversial, some of which are carryover bills, some of which don't need doing anyway.
So what's
and they really don't
big transformational policy? Because look, I get what you mean, like VAT on private schools. Lots of people would agree with that, but it's like a couple of billion here and there, which I know, you know, sounds like a lot. But if you're talking about transforming the country and being completely different to the Conservatives, what is the big thing? If you say one big thing, clear water.
Well, as if there was like one big thing. There's a whole agenda which I've just set out. But you know, we've said we would bring in an Energy Independence Act that would set up Great British Energy, would lower bills, it would take us further and faster on renewables. That's just one thing that sets us apart from what they're announcing today.
I want to talk to you a bit about protests, if I may, because we have had a statement from Samat Rowley, the head of the Met Police, saying that they're looking at intelligence around the protest that is planned for Saturday, the pro-Palestinian march, to see if they need to request for it to be banned. Now, 3 trade union leaders, Fire Brigades Union, National Education Union, RMT, Rail Union, are attending these protests. Do you think it should go ahead?
Well, look, these are operationally independent decisions. It is a matter for the police, and we fully support the police in whatever decision they come to. And that is something that they have to work out, both based on the intelligence that they have before us.
Said it shouldn't go ahead.
Yeah, well,
so
we support the police. If that's what they say, if that's what they say, then that's what should happen. But that's up to them to decide. And I think it is based not just on their intelligence, but whether they've got the capacity to really police this weekend, when there's a lot of other events they've got to police, particularly Remembrance Sunday.
Is it right that Labour MPs have been told not to attend pro-Palestinian marches?
Well, I don't think that's what people have been specifically told.
So that's not true?
Well, I don't know exactly what people... I don't know what you're referring to there, but obviously people are free to,
Well, there's
to do
reports
to do,
that,
to do what they want. But look,
Labour
I think
MPs in council have been advised not to attend pro-Palestinian marches.
Well, I'm not sure. Well, look, we're really clear that we're not a party of protest. We're a party that's aspiring to be the party of government. We've got a clear agenda that we want to deliver in government that we've just discussed, and we want to project that, and that's what we've been doing. That's what Keir Starmer's been doing as leader of the Labour Party, showing that we've changed as a Labour Party. We're not a party of protest. We're a party that wants to govern. So that's why I wouldn't go on a protest.
Many people, the strength of feeling so high.
Oh, I know the strength of feeling is incredibly high, and of course people have the right to go on protest and express themselves. Of course people want to express that because they're seeing it on their TV screens every evening. But as a member of Parliament, I have other influence and other power available to me in order to make my views known. I can raise that directly with the government, I can raise that in Parliament, I can raise that within the Labour Party. So I don't feel that I personally need to go on a protest to make my views known. But I absolutely understand the strength of feeling and that people want to express that.
OK, Lucy Powell, thank you very much. Lucy Powell there.